Hello, my name is Matthias Cavodi. I'd like to welcome guys to my channel. Today, we're going to talk about a problem that plagues many comic book series. Talk about filler issues. I was going through my whole Wolverine collection, and in the span of 10 issues, I came across 3 shameless fillers. Wolverine issue 43, 44, and 47. All different types of fillers. So we're going to cover them. There's more examples of different types of fillers, but today we're going to cover the transition issue, a one-shot issue that just doesn't go anywhere, and a issue where it feels like a backup story if they didn't reach the deadline and they had this one on the back burner and they just threw it out there. So without further ado, let's get into this. So in issue 43, we're coming off the story arc where Wolverine fought Albert. He was on top of a stealth bomber. After that, we had Wolverine battling against Sabretooth in the sewers. A lot of action. So we're in a transition between story arcs. We're going to transition into the Hunter in the Dark story, where it was the first time I saw Lady Deathstrike in action. So we have Wolverine. He wants to chill out. He wants to relax. He goes out, jumps out of a SHIELD helicopter after stealing a cigar from Nick Fury. Goes out a night on the town. His idea of relaxation is going to the zoo in the middle of the night. The B plot, we have Albert, who we talked about in a previous video, wanting to rebuild LCD's body and basically coerces the Morlocks to give him a hand. So Wolverine reaches the zoo. He discovers that someone's torturing the animals. Someone's doing something terrible. We get this dude who, his name is Linus. They actually gave him a name. He's the guy responsible for torturing the animals and killing the janitor there at the zoo. Mark Silvestri, the main artist of the series in general, always like to draw weird zombified dudes like this. I also forgot to mention, this story is written by Larry Hama, the legendary Larry Hama. So basically what happens is, this guy is a zero threat to Wolverine. He's very easily able to dispose of him. He actually unleashes a real Wolverine against the guy. It makes a run for it. And one would think that's the last time we ever see Linus, but he does pop up in the series again further down the line. Issue 44. Now, issue 44 actually has Peter David writing a story and Larry Stroman doing the art. So basically, it's like a one-shot. It's a filler. Maybe the Larry Hama didn't make the deadline to the series. Also, another thing is that it had become bi-monthly. So maybe to make with the schedule of Wolverine and not fall behind, Peter David had this on the back burner, submitted this Wolverine story. I have no idea what happened, but this is a terrible Wolverine story where Wolverine, after defeating Linus, chilling out in Central Park, starts reminiscing about the time he went on a cruise and had to deal with this evil sea monster. Larry Stroman's art, it's a very hit and miss for me. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. In this case, I feel it's not the best. And Peter David's a much better story, right, than this. This is just a very simple issue where Wolverine has to deal with the sea monster that's killing people on the boat. You never see this monster again. It has no impact on Wolverine as a character in his story, to his lore, nothing. It's just shameful filler. It goes nowhere. And I remember issue 43 was the first time I ever came across filler. Like, I was really pumped with those 2 story arcs that I told you guys previously about Wolverine. And then I read this, is oh god, this is terrible. And it seemed to be a thing in the comic books because I started collecting Spider-Man and I started to realize that Spider-Man also had a ton of filler issues. But I consider Wolverine 47 to be the worst of the worst. Almost as bad as, there's one filler issue from West Coast Avengers that it's so atrocious, it's actually brilliant, where they fight against this guy that's like this evil rock star that uses a billboard to absorb people. If you know about comic books, you know what about this show I'm talking about. But this one, it's freaking uninspired. The art, it's written by Larry Hama. Gerald DeCare is the illustrator. Not good at all. And where Wolverine has to deal with this guy, that he's a drug addict. There we go, sorry. Steals his mom's car or something like that, and he's drunk, and he's just a danger on the road. And Wolverine has to deal with this guy. It's really bad, and they're trying to tie it to Wolverine's past with Silver Fox, where he had to deal with this rabid wolf. the drunk guy who's really high on unspecified drugs tries to run over Wolverine, then tries to shoot him, but he gets gunned down by trigger happy cops, and that's the end of the story. And all I can say is that it has a really good cover, and I just saw this advertisement here on the back, and what fond memories do I have from this collection. I remember I bought Colossus and Nightcrawler first. I bought them both at the same time. Wolverine was really hard to get. I remember being like the only kid in my grade having Apocalypse. Cyclops was easy to get. I think I bought him immediately afterwards with Archangel. Storm, a friend came to play to my house once and he forgot Storm and he just stayed in my collection. I tried to give him back, but I had the whole collection. I just really love this. I'm going to leave this video behind. I'm going to stop rambling on about fillers and action figures and stuff like that. Hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time. Bye.